The VR30 platform is a very impressive platform. On a previous video you saw, we took the VRX60s to the next level. Let's talk about how we took the VRX80s on this particular build to the next level. Now this is a familiar face. This is Kenneth's 2018 Infiniti Q50. It was here in the shop a few months ago. He brought it back, and as the saying goes, the itch for horsepower never goes away. We're here to scratch that itch. We upgraded the coilover systems, and then we maxed out the DI fuel system. Let's discuss how we did that. Previously, we took this vehicle to about 22 PSI with the help of full exhaust components and also our Soho 3-inch true dual exhaust. Now we're ramping it up to 26 pounds of boost. Back pressure is the enemy in this. However, our exhaust has alleviated that enemy, and we were here to make the power. Now let's talk about the juice, AKA the fueling components in this particular build. On the previous setup, we stopped because we had a stage 2 high pressure fuel pump from AMS. This go around, we upgraded it with the stage 3 AMS high pressure fuel pump system to allow us to make even more power, because 700 was the goal, and that's what we did. However, we did run into a limitation. Ethanol content reaching above 60% stopped the low pressure fuel pump from providing enough fuel to make the power, so we had to limit it down to E50. It's all about balance. So making the power and making it safely is the balance that we always have to play, because this vehicle is going to be fast, but we want it to be reliable. Now, the limitation that we found on the stage 3 high pressure fuel pump from AMS was when we increased the ethanol content from E50 to E60, we were maxing out that high pressure fuel pump. So what we had to do is we had to dilute it by adding a little bit of 93, and that allowed us to hit around 26 PSI to make the 700 wheel on this vehicle and make it safely without maxing out the high pressure fuel pump. All right, if you made it this far and you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. Originally, this car had the stock suspension. He came back. It's got the drag pack on it. It is a rear-wheel drive setup. So he's gonna need to put the power down, and he needs all the help they can get to put the power down. We upgraded the suspension with this vehicle with the HKS Coilovers. Now it's got a nice little rake to it. It can put the power down and it can ride comfortably. What does all this hardware get you? It gets you 723 wheel horsepower and 570 foot-pounds of torque on E50 at 26 PSI. This vehicle on the VRX80s made 723 wheel. On the previous video with the Z, it made 700 plus wheel. They make about the same power. It's just the VRX60s come in a little bit sooner. The VRX80s have a little bit of lag to them, which for my rear wheel drive guys is gonna be your best friend because it allows you to get the traction and lay it down. This is a perfect example of building your Q in stages. This is gonna be the third time that Ken came to us for upgrades, and he did it very tastefully. First, he came in with some small modifications, upgraded the turbos, and now here we are, a 700 wheel horsepower street grocery getter. If you're looking to take your Q50 or Q60 to the next level, hit the link below, www.sohomotorsports.com. Shoot us an email, support@sohomotorsports.com. Shoot us a text, 704-839-0435. Or for my Gen Z people, hit the DMs at Soho Motorsports, because we are on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you guys for all the support and watching all of our videos. We put a lot of effort into these videos. Any feedback is always helpful. We know you guys like turbo noises. Let's hear them sing.